You're listening to the Unlocking Women in Leadership podcast, a conversation with yours truly, Slindile. Hey everyone, it's Slindile here, South African-born author, coach, and brand strategist. Today I want to talk about the topic of leadership. I have been in forms of leadership one way or another, and that starts with me being the first of 5 girls, me being always finding myself in positions of leadership and having to learn how to lead myself without anyone teaching me. And so I wanted to share some tips and talk about the topic of leadership as it relates to being an entrepreneur, as it relates to how you manifest your dreams, as it relates to knowing how to win and succeed in this year. Being a leader is knowing how to love people, empathize with people, grow people, and grow yourself. I believe in every situation, you'll always be encountered with the ability to love people, serve people, and grow yourself. Suffice to say, at the core of all leadership is personal development and communication. It's the skills that matter if you're wanting to lead big people and improve your leadership performance. So when we say these are the softer skills, by implication, we're telling executive managers in organizations that it's less important or less emphasis should be placed on growing people, and more emphasis needs to be placed on project delivery, forgetting, by the way, that in order for those projects to be delivered, it's important to understand yours and your team's capacity so you don't burn out. Listen to this excerpt from my 4th book, and that is, the strength and success of any business organization is dependent on the health of its people. It's not business that changes lives. It's people who work in those organizations to transform lives through the products and services they produce. In my experience, I've discovered that it's impossible to lead people where we've never been ourselves. Neither are we able to teach with authority and power what we have not applied to our personal lives. What do I mean by that? That is, if you've never overcome an obstacle, how can you teach others how to overcome obstacles? As leaders, we teach what we know and acquire skills for what we don't know. Close excerpt. So, in unlocking the potential of fearless and ambitious leaders, we need to first understand their greatest needs and desires and help them assimilate those desires in the work environment. Otherwise, we stand the chance of losing them. If you know something about me, it's that I'm an ex-corporate girl who happened to find herself in positions of leadership, whether that was through executive management positions, strategic leadership positions, executive policy framework positions, board of directors, and advisors to senior executives, and now CEO of Pearl Access Limited. And in trying to understand leadership with that context in mind, I learned that leadership was not so much about the style of leadership in any given industry, but rather about the person and the relationship you had with that person who was in a position of power. Having worked in government, in ministry, in corporate, in civil society, and now as an entrepreneur, I can honestly share that leadership still comes down to loving people, serving people, growing people, and growing yourself. Over the years during those corporate assignments, I had to quickly overcome the barrier of being a Black female in an untransformed corporate environment where I was being remunerated less than my male counterparts. Basically, my paycheck for the same position was way less than my male colleagues. I know. Sadly, this has not changed much today, which begs the question, is that because women can't lead? I seriously doubt that to be true. Or is it because we, as female leaders, are afraid of how powerful our potential is and we play small sometimes? Not always, but sometimes we play small. Even as I say this, I can hear the chatter going on in your head that says, yeah, that's because of the patriarchal society we live in, or that's because of the system, or that's because it's always been done that way in my organization and it's not worth ruffling the feathers. Listen, if you're a leader who is fearless and ambitious and unafraid of what people think or say about you, and you have a pretty clear vision of where you're headed, no one can stop you from becoming the exceptional leader you know you were born to be. Not society, not the environment, not people's perceptions, and definitely not your family. You've just got to be that dynamic leader and stop second guessing yourself when it comes to leading in the workplace. Forgive yourself for, I'm going to say it, for marrying someone who has yet to learn how to champion you and lead you as a powerful, fearless, ambitious woman without feeling insecure. And ladies, where you've allowed past negative opinions about you to erode your strength until you've become the victim of the patriarchal society, shake it off and elevate the leadership intelligence of women in your industry. This 2023, you have a choice to unlock your leadership potential and understand that your personal growth strategy is just as important as your leadership growth strategy. As female leaders, we need to find ways to reinvent ourselves and re-engineer the way we do business on a consistent basis. Somewhere in our to-do list of priorities, our names should be on that list with a clear personal growth plan and a crystal clear understanding of what defines us as Black female leaders. There's a lie that says the more powerful a woman is, the more intimidating she is. I'd like to know, where does that come from? The truth is, the more powerful a woman is, the freer she is because she has let go of what other people think about her and she's decided to lead her life the way she's always dreamed. So when you're thrown in positions of power with no clear direction, the trait of a good leader will manifest itself from you when you know how to navigate through the turbulent times with grit and grace, aware that your decisions impact other people's lives. I believe now more than ever, we need to incorporate leadership in entrepreneurship to elevate the status of entrepreneurship, to become real influencers. Just because you're an influencer on social media doesn't mean you're a great leader. Just because you know it all and can do all the things, it doesn't mean you can't ask for help. And just because you're a person in political power doesn't mean you're a great leader. I just think if you have no desire to love people, serve people, or grow yourself, you shouldn't be in a leadership position. Period. At least that's what I believe. People struggle with the notion of leadership because they have a hard time leading themselves. Leading yourself means you have to take a good look at what's happening internally and then flow from that place. You see, I believe that leaders get stuck in decision making, whether it's in regard to their personal life or business decision, because they're accessing flows from an external factor or external factors rather than from within. Simply, they're riding on the power and energy waves of someone else, and they don't know how to generate their own energy waves for the long haul. Starting over can be hard and exciting at times depending on your perspective, I'll be honest. Whether you're a new manager, a new team leader, a senior executive, a new business owner, on the one hand, you have a hard time starting small because basically it means you're starting at the bottom. And on the other, you get the opportunity to recreate a life you desire and love. You get to own that space to manifest the dreams you like or you want as a leader. In my fourth book, I talk about the leadership types I experienced in my own language. And today I want to focus on what I call the informed leader. I don't believe that you can classify leaders in just two instances, and that is being a leader or a follower. Because sometimes following implies that it is a substandard way of leading. Everybody's a leader, whether you're put in positions to lead from the front or whether you happen to be in a season where you're leading from behind as you follow. An informed leader is one who is able to inculcate their culture, life experience, creativity, spirituality, and wisdom in such a way that transforms lives and impacts society. When you can transform your life and those you lead and make a lasting, meaningful impact beyond yourself, you've transcended to a higher form of leadership, in my opinion. This is a holistic view of leadership that requires you to be in the trenches, regardless of the level you're in your leadership growth. Here's the thing. Leadership begins with believing in yourself. I believe too many people have convinced themselves that they are followers and in the process have numbed their ability to see themselves successful. The pain associated with past disappointments, failures, or rejection outweighs the desire to fulfill their dreams. Get this, the number one hindrance to all leadership is a poverty mindset. I like to say it in this way, that self-worth is a revenue stream. So to be an influential change agent in our society, we need to take ownership of how we lead ourselves. So when I am with my clients and when I'm coaching someone, I like to start with them understanding that believing in your mind has everything to do with how you accomplish your goals and lead in a successful way. And there's 5 tips that I like to follow or share with you to help you lead your destiny. And the first one is investing in yourself. And that is, as a leader, valuing who you are. You need to trust your abilities. Of course, take good care of your health. Make time for you, self-improvement. Believe that you have what it takes to push past fear and to overcome struggles so that you can commit to your vision. And then surround yourself with influential leaders that will help champion you until you perform at a higher level. So don't just dream, implement your dream as you lead. The second tip is that it helps as a leader to become solutions focused. What do I mean by that? I believe that the world revolves around solving problems, and therefore search for problems in your area and come up with tangible solutions, not pie in the sky solutions, tangible solutions that you can implement in your work environment right now, in your business. The third tip is to stop procrastinating as a leader. Stop waiting on God to live your dream. Stop waiting on someone to validate that you have what it takes. Lead you. Lead from within. You're fully equipped to go ahead and lead. The fourth tip is become what you most desire. See, your future is not something that's revealed in one day. It fully depends on the decisions you take or make about yourself over time. Because the truth is, you're the author of your life story. So you have to do something to make a meaningful difference that will impact you as you lead. The last is that you shouldn't be and don't be a victim of world systems. The world doesn't owe you anything. You have within you the power to create multiple streams of income because you're the only one who can manage your calendar, you can manage your time, you can manage your money well as your relationships. The truth is, poverty mindsets are just excuses that will not bring you closer to your destiny. You do as you lead from within. So what is an informed leader? An informed leader is one who gets direction for their personal life and their business to keep their dream in the forefront. They know how to formulate a clear vision with specific personal and business goals. They write down what they see. They understand where they're going because they have been informed by life experience, by leaders around them, by circumstances, as well as their influence to understand the spiritual climate. They find what brings them passion, and they have learned to ignite that passion and inject it into their business. They figured out how to solve others' problems and to meet the needs and desires of their prospective clients. They learn how to provide a solution to CEOs' pains, and their businesses grow tremendously. So as an informed leader, they don't try to be the best. They only try to understand based on the information that they have at their disposal. To learn to operate as an informed leader, research information, but don't just stay at the research phase. Apply it in your own life and learn how to develop personal goals as well as business goals. And then figure out the one thing that you want your business to do for you and then go for it. For over a decade, my work has been dedicated to helping leaders like you clarify your vision, build your self-worth and confidence, and achieve your desired dreams. And like many women like yourself, I've experienced multiple transitions in my pursuit for my dream goals. This fourth book that I've written is honestly my proven system to help you unlock your leadership strength and power so you can accelerate your process and move to your next level. And I really can't wait to get it into your hands once it is completed and edited and ready to be shipped to people. Success is not in your title or job position or work that you do for someone else. It's rooted in the core of your being. Your unique identity is exactly what the world needs. So lead from that place. Lead from that core of your being. Well, friends, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe and share it with 2 friends who need to hear this. And for more ways to work with me as a leadership coach, a book coach, or executive coach, check out my website, www.slindilebaloy.com, and I'd love to work with you. Until next time, bye for now.